Since November 2022, we have been introduced to a groundbreaking technology that has just arrived and changed our lives forever. It is ChatGPT that has been introduced by OpenAI. And the biggest question that everybody is asking themselves is, how is that going to impact our future? Hi, I'm Alex, and I'm very passionate about the new technologies that are arrived, especially AI. Over the past few months, I have been researching and working on certain projects within AI, trying to understand how AI is going to impact our lives and how are we going to go to the future, how our future is going to like with AI, and where are we going as a humanity. So to start off, let's take a journey all the way back to how and where did AI start. In ancient Greece, there was a big bronze statue called Talos, and it was made by
Hephaestus.
And this statue was created to defend the island of Crete. It was believed that Talos had a tube running down to his feet, and he was powered by some mysterious source of fluid, believed that it was made by gods. Another ancient source believed that Medea has defeated Talos by removing a bolt in his ankle where the whole mysterious fluid was running out. With another ancient Greek story, everybody knows who was Pandora. People believed that Pandora was an innocent woman who just opened a box of evil. However, based on Stanford article, Adrienne Mayer has described that Pandora was an ancient evil woman sent by Zeus to punish people for discovering fire. Where she said, quoting, "It could be argued that Pandora was a kind of AI agent. Her only mission was to infiltrate the human world and release her jar of miseries." Moving further down the line, in 1943, where Warren McCulloch and Walter Pitts have created the first artificial neuron model, laying a groundwork for artificial intelligence. The birth of AI happened in 1950s, where there was a British computer scientist who had introduced the first ever research program when it comes to artificial intelligence. He had conducted a test where he had tested the human intelligence within the computers. However, the tests showed as insufficient because there was no presence of human consciousness within the computer. In 1950s, Claude Shannon has run down a new experiment where he has created a mechanical mouse who was going after a piece of metal, mimicking cheese. The mouse was placed inside the maze and was trying to find its way.
A species has the problem of finding its way through a maze. His objective is the goal here in the corner.
After many different trials where the mouse hit different walls around the maze, managed to learn its way to the end goal. From that, we learned that machine learning is able to memorize certain paths and certain patterns where it managed to bring the mouse always to this destination. In 1966, Joseph Weizenbaum has created the first ever chatbot.
But what if you had a perfectly natural dialogue with a computer? Wouldn't that be like talking to another human being?
This chatbot was called Eliza, and that was the first ever natural language processing program. Using pattern matching and pattern recognition, he has created a program that was able to give out responses where the people felt like they're actually talking to a person.
Does it understand what it's doing in the sense that we do?
So looking from the sources, this was made to respond like a Rogerian psychotherapist. In this instance, the therapist reflects on the questions by turning the questions back at the patient. It supposedly had been created to demonstrate how superficial human to computer communication was at the time. Between 1966 and 1972, there was a first ever mechanical robot created within the Stanford Research Institute called Shaky.
Top lens belongs to Shaky's television camera. He uses it to obtain visual information about his own location or about other objects.
As described, Shaky could perform tasks that required planning, routine finding, and the rearranging of simple objects. In 1972, there was another robot introduced to the world, going under the name of Wabot 1. It was the first ever robot to resemble humans. It has legs and arms and could even potentially speak to humans in different languages such as Japanese. This robot was very unique because it was able to communicate within different languages such as Japanese. It had an artificial mouth and had the ability to measure certain objects and distances. Going to 1980s, we have also been introduced to the first ever unimaginable self-driving cars. In 1984, there was the first ever car researched at the Carnegie Mellon University. So in 1987, big brands such as Mercedes has involved in their research when it comes to self-driving vehicles. Ernest Dickmann, together with the University of Munich, created the first ever Mercedes self-driving van that was able to achieve speeds of 95 kilometers per hour on the streets without traffic.
Worldwide top performance on a new stretch of Autobahn not yet turned over to the public.
Going on further within the 90s. In 1997, we have entered the era of where we enhanced the machine learning ability. There was a system created, IBM Deep Blue, which was a mastermind when it comes to chess. Deep Blue was put in a place against Garry Kasparov, who was the chess world champion. Deep Blue was able to evaluate 200 million chess positions per second, achieving a processing speed of 11.3 billion floating point operations per second, or flops. This is where the Deep Blue has emerged, and everyone was very excited to see how far we have come with the machine learning. Also in the 90s, we have entered the era of voice and speech transcription software. In 1982, the first ever software were worked on and developed. However, in 1990s, Dragon System demonstrated a 5,000 word continuous speech, and it was developed for the PC systems.
World today, as Massachusetts-based Dragon Systems announced the first affordable computer dictation system that understands standard natural speech.
In the early 2000s, we entered the era where we start commercializing the use of AI with the introduction of 2002 iRobot, which was an automatic vacuum cleaner.
The iRobot Roomba vacuum cleaning robot is revolutionizing the way people clean.
Even though many people may argue that this robot really isn't AI, however, the vacuum robot was built with sensors and cameras and had the ability of pattern recognition, estimating certain distance and being cautious when it comes to certain routes. In 2005, we entered a further development of robotics. A very well-known company called Honda created a robot that can carry out and conduct certain human tasks. This robot was able to carry certain objects, work within the office, and even was able to run with the speeds of 6 kilometers per hour. Also, in 2006 was the birthplace of the very well-known translation service like Google Translate. In 2010, we have entered a larger advancement of AI, where we went to an era of further enhancements of deep neural networks. Networks had enhancements where they were able to learn and solve problems by analyzing massive data. Fueled by the ImageNet challenge, deep learning models for image recognition rocketed from 25% error rates in 2011 to surprising human accuracy by 2015, sparkling an AI boom. In 2014, Apple has introduced a very unique product. a very unique system towards the new iPhone's 4S. This system is very well known by many of Apple users, called Siri. However, interestingly enough, Siri was a different company. It was founded in 2007 by Doug, Tom, and Adam. In February 2010, they have released an application where you can download on iPhones where it had a function of Siri, where you can stimulate and even use it as your personal iPhone assistant.
Is it going to be chilly in San Francisco this weekend?
Not too cold. Maybe down to 61 degrees in San Francisco.
In April 2010, Apple has acquired Siri, where in 2011 they have released their own version within their system of iPhone 4S. Similarly, in 2014, Amazon has launched their own product. Similar towards Siri, however, it had different functions. The name was Amazon Alexa, which was based on the Polish speech synthesizer named Ivona.
Alexa, what do you do?
I can play music, answer questions, get the news and weather, create to-do lists, and much more.
In 2016, Google has also went into the AI race, where they have developed a DeepMind AlphaGo, which was an AI program that mastered the complex strategy game Go. By combining deep learning algorithms, AlphaGo was able to learn vast amounts of game data to predict the best moves and ultimately defeat the world champions. AlphaGo system not only opened the realm of AI, but it increased its research and developments within the future of AI where we are right now. And this brings us to our current world, which is 2020s. In 2020, OpenAI launched GPT-3, where, surprisingly enough, nobody knew about. It was a powerful large language model which helped people to respond to certain questions through text. It's pretty much like you're texting your best friend and is able to answer anything you want. Within November 2022, OpenAI has entered the market with a sufficient and more powerful language model, which was GPT 3.5.
The future is now, because this morning, a new artificial intelligence tool known as ChatGPT is gaining popularity for its ability to craft emails, write research papers, and answer almost any question in a matter of seconds.
Its debut sparked a large interest of many different people trying to understand what is this boom about and what is exactly OpenAI and what is AI itself. Surprisingly, in January 2023, they managed to acquire over 100 million users.
OpenAI. Okay, OpenAI is a conversation. I don't know how much you're following ChatGPT or not.
No.
In 6 weeks, these guys have gone from zero in valuation to now being a $29 billion company.
Which is unimaginable when it comes to the company's development. In March 2023, OpenAI launched a new version, a way more powerful version than the 3.5, called GPT-4.
OpenAI has been building this technology really since we started the company, but for the past 2 years, we've been really focused on delivering GPT-4.
That was a revolution when it comes to the AI, because not only it was able to recognize text and send out certain information, it had upgraded information from the internet, and also they released a program called DALL-E, where you can generally create images from text to image. In response to OpenAI GPT-3 and 4, Google has responded with their first ever AI model, which is Gemini.
I'm super proud and excited to announce the launch of the Gemini Era, a first step towards a truly universal AI model.
It is able to handle different amount of tasks such as translations, researches, text creation, and anything beyond that. Unlike GPT, Gemini, it is way more sufficient when it comes to research. And here's why. Because it is able to provide you with up-to-date information. Both are strong models, and this shows how far we've come when it comes to this world. Within the beginning of 2024, Gemini has also launched their new update, which is Gemini 1.5, capable of context length up to 1 million tokens. Also, in 2024, OpenAI has announced a new project called Sora. Sora is a significant model where we can create from text to video different video models. So from the developments from 1950s up to 2024, this is how far we've come. Now imagine this. What will happen in the next 10 years where we can see already a significant growth of AI, where it's going to help us with saving time, more creativity, and further development within the future. And this is something that I want to ask you. You can put in the comments what you think the future might look like together with AI, and how far are we gonna even develop this system. Thank you so much for sticking till the end, and I hope you appreciate this video, and I hope you learned something in this video. If you like this video, please give it a like and click a subscribe button together with the notification so you do not forget about the next video that we upload. Thank you so much, and I'll see you later.